The Virgil was built in 1923. Today, it's one of the most exclusive buildings in Manhattan.
Hi, I'm the new maid.
With such wealth comes the expectation of the highest quality of service.
It's a lot of lux.
This building is a temple to Satan. Each month we must pay with a human sacrifice.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, we are going to be looking at a brand new release about a young woman who is being hunted around every corner by a bunch of rich, upper-class devil worshippers. Hang on, I swear I have already reviewed Ready or Not 2. Ah, no! This is They Will Kill You. Asia Reeves is a young woman who has accepted a job to become a maid at a very mysterious hotel in New York City. The residents all appear to be rich snobs. The owner clearly isn't giving the full picture, and everyone inside happens to be a crazed Satanist who targets Asia for their latest offering. There's just one thing the devil worshippers hadn't banked on. Asia has secrets of her own, and one of them is that she came armed. So I am not going to sugarcoat this review whatsoever. They Will Kill You is going to be disliked by many people who go and see it. This is not a well-written movie in the slightest. The script may as well have been thrown from a high-rise balcony, trampled on, driven over, set on fire, and it may still make more sense than the end result of what we have here. The dialogue is god-awful. As I said, the story is practically non-existent, and because of the lack of story and the shitty dialogue, the performances are incredibly hammy, with so many of the actors, Tom Felton, Heather Graham, going so loud and so big and exaggerating in such a big and large manner. And yet, despite all of the critical cells in my body telling me that I should despise this, I kind of loved They Will Kill You. To quote the kids, I fuck with this movie. You are not a kid. You are not a kid, Luke. You are nearly 30 years of age.
How do you do, fellow kids?
But in all seriousness, They Will Kill You is the sort of movie that if you are able to lock on to what director Kirill Sokolov is going for here in terms of vibe, tone, and visual presentation, then you're gonna have a blast. This is a mindless, entertaining send-up to pulpy, crazy action cinema that just goes for it. It's weird. Things don't make sense. There's a fight with a pig. There's a disembodied eyeball that's just rolling about. But it is because of the tone that Sokolov establishes very early on that you just go along for it. Nothing stands out for the wrong reasons. It's like theatre. If you are witnessing a performance in which all of the actors are going for broke, giving 110%, but there is one actor who's up there and just seems to be half-arsing it, they stand out, but they stand out for the wrong reason. They Will Kill You is not a polished film. As I mentioned at the start, if it wasn't for, I think, the director, I would not be anywhere near as glowing as I am with this review. But because of that direction, and because it is going for broke, leaving nothing in reserve, I much prefer a movie that is willing to just lay it all out on the table. It might not be clean, it might not be a highly beloved work of cinema, but I am going to much prefer watching that over some movie that just half-asses it and coasts along. The action in They Will Kill You is its biggest seller. The stunt team have really put in the work tenfold. Excellent long takes, really brutal hits. The violence and gore is ridiculous, with every little nick that the character might get spurting out like a blood fountain. Zazie Beetz is great in the lead role. She proves to be a dab hand at the action, carrying with her a great screen presence as she's slicing and dicing through people. Patricia Arquette is certainly making choices with her performance. I haven't a clue on the accent that she landed on, but I suppose that kind of leans into the whole ridiculousness of it all. And the pacing is non-stop. This is a clean, lean, and very, very trimmed 90-minute action fest that barely takes a breath to halt proceedings. I think that's probably because the moment that it does stop the action and therefore has to resort to the story itself, they run the risk of the audience turning on it completely. So, hey, if we just throw 89 minutes of action at you in 1 minute of feeble story, we might still be in your good graces. And what can I say? It worked for me. They Will Kill You effectively goes against a lot of my better judgments when watching films, because above all else, my main criteria is that I want to get wrapped up in the story. In this instance, the story is the last thing I care about here. Kirill Sokolov has jumped into the scene as an action filmmaker that I am very eager to see more from. In fact, I think an argument could be made, just scrap the upcoming Mortal Kombat 2, have it reshot with Sokolov at the helm, and at least we'd know that the fighting was going to be a heck of a lot more impressive. I totally understand if people go and see this and decide it's not for them, but I can also imagine They Will Kill You becoming a bit of a cult classic and earning spots in midnight fan screenings for a long time to come. So I'm going to give They Will Kill You an 8.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on They Will Kill You. Let me know. Have you had the chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, nice easy one. What is the most insane film that you have ever seen? But this is all the time we have for today. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.